So today I'm going to be unboxing and showing you the LGB 33350 Gondola with sounds and lights. This has been on our wish list for a while. Recently saw it for sale from Paul and Sue on PNS Hobbies. I'll put a link down in the description. And it was certainly one of those in the moment impulse buys. Seen a few videos of it online, fell in love with it pretty quickly, showed it to Nikki, and Nikki loves things that are a little bit different, a little bit more unique, and this certainly fell into this category. So we're going to open it up now, and we're going to get it out onto the layout and see how it works, see how it runs. Okay, so this is out on the layout. Let's have a look at the detail and kind of the model as a whole before we jump into the digital and the sound functions that come with it. So overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking gondola. One thing to note here that the top of it is made of plastic. It's not any kind of textile or material. This is because on the inside is where you find the speakers, and I am also assuming the decoder. So there are 4 axles, 8 wheels. All of these are contact pickups. At the end you do have these axes that move up and down, axis ramps that move up and down, and it comes by standard with hook and loop couplers. Obviously in the box you also have the extra one if you want to put an extra hook onto the far side of it. Detailing is nice. There's moulding that you can see on the wooden planks, along with a little bit of like riveting detail. You just have a quick look underneath. A little bit of light detailing, which you'd expect. Nice black contrast there. You can see that all of the axles here are pickup axles. Yeah, detailing underneath pretty good, I think. And at the end we do have separately attached brake hoses. Comes with 4 figures, one chap playing an accordion, another guy I think is a singer, a guitarist and a drummer. A couple of things that I was quite disappointed with is the length of these couplings feel a bit too long. I think that in order to accommodate the ramps, but one of the things I did notice when I coupled it up to other wagons was the space between this and the next wagon feels really far apart. The second thing is the quality of the figures are actually pretty low. I mean, LGB has never been known for its particular high quality in terms of the figures it produces. If that's the kind of thing that you want, you would go to kind of Price or Apollo G. But looking at these up close, there's a lot to be desired there. Given the retail price of this, I would be expecting kind of a higher quality of figures in there. Obviously, Märklin and LGB have a tendency to reuse molds. So you can see inside there are holes and gaps where this molding would have been used in other runs, other models. Not too much of an issue, you could easily cover them up. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent quality wagon. Some of the things that we're going to do is we are going to add a few more figures to this. We've already ordered some and that look like they're in kind of various different dancing and party poses. Also maybe a couple of benches and some beer crates to really give it that kind of like a party wagon vibe. So let's have a look now at the digital functions. From the factory it comes with decoder ID 3, as is all kind of like locomotive decoders that you'd expect to buy for most digital systems, I think, nowadays. So one thing to note very quickly, it is a locomotive decoder, not an accessory decoder, which means you get a range of functions with it. Okay, so let's talk about the basic functions. 0 or light, obviously is the white lights that sit inside the canopy. You can just turn these on and off, and these are static. To play music, and then there's 2 types of sound you can play. There's like station announcements, cheering, toasting, which is kind of like a sound effect, and then you can also play music. And so function 1 turns on music, which you're going to hear now. So I'm just going to turn that off for a second. It comes with 3 different songs, and what I'll do is I will let the wagon play through all 3 songs so you can listen to them later in the video. I'm going to turn the music back on and just over the commentary because I think the functions obviously relate to it. I'm going to go through all the ones that relate to playing music versus announcements or sound effects, I guess, and then I'll come back to the functions that are the related to sound effects. Yeah, I'm going to turn the music back on with function 1. And this is basically just stop playing music. It will cycle through all the songs and without you doing anything, essentially. If you want to skip a song, you can press function 3 and then let it go. You basically have to press and then disable it depending on what your controller is, if it's kind of like a press and hold. So you press it once and remove it, it will skip 1 song forward. If I press 4, 1 song back. So it takes it, there you go.
sorry, I didn't turn it off quick enough, so it's cycled backwards through a couple of songs. You also have the ability to change the volume. So I think you probably used, if you've got sound locomotives, there's normally like a potentiometer that you can use to, potentiometer to move the volume up and down. This you can do from the controller. So if I just press function 5 and leave it on, you'll see it's getting louder. And then conversely, if I press 6 and leave it on, it will just slowly drop it in terms of the overall volume. The thing which I think is a really nice touch to be able to do that from the functions keys. Now, if you want to really go into party mode, you can press number 7. And what this does is it adds the coloured LEDs that you can maybe just about see on the camera there, flickering and flashing away. It has a really nice effect at night. So I'm going to turn 7 off again. And then the other kind of music function to be aware of is number 9. Number 9 just pauses it. This is different to start-stop. If you do start-stop, what happens is essentially it takes the music back to the start, whereas pause lets you stop, have a quick chat with someone, and then put the music playing again. And there you go. So there are all the functions that affect the music. I'm going to stop the music just temporarily. There's another 5 of these, and you can actually customize these, which I think is a really nice touch. Obviously, there's a very large German market, and these are German products. So by default, the things like the station announcements come in German. You can actually overwrite these or change them with your own, which I think is a nice touch. So functions number 2 and number 8 are station announcements.
Sehr geehrte Gäste, wir begrüßen Sie recht herzlich und wünschen Ihnen viel Spaß.
And number 8.
Berzdorf, Berzdorf, eingefahrener Zug endet hier. Bitte alles aussteigen. Nächster Zug nach Zittau fährt am Bahnsteig 7. Bahnsteig 7 ist da drüben, wo 7 dran steht.
And then the sound effects I think are not language dependent, which I think is a nice touch. So function 10 is toasting.
Prost. 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 Zum Wohl.
Function 11, cheering. And function 12, a round of applause. So yeah, I think a really nice collection of little functions that go into the wagon. I said the last 3, so I think the toasting, cheers and applauding can use in any language. If you really want to, I think if you want to change the station announcements into English, it's very fine. I don't tend to use the station announcements that often, but again, nice little touch, and it's really nice that through the SD card you can change those files as well.